Hey everybody, welcome to Nexus at Night, weekly Vanguard podcast. Patrons, blah blah blah. Nexus at Night, the South Park of Vanguard podcasts, except we're twice as long and not as funny. I'm Atlas.
I'm Matt.
I'm Root Beer.
I'm Chris.
Chris.
I think I broke Matt.
Oh yeah, sorry. I got an email.
It's okay, but it's like, I'm Atlas. What the fuck did he just say? I'm Matt. How's it going, Chris?
Oh, you know, living a dream. Not
good.
my dream, but somebody's dream.
Yeah. It's the millennial dream, which is the boomer's nightmare. So.
Indeed.
Wake me up inside.
Oh, wow. So, talking about that product stream that pretty much everyone got to before us, because that's what happens when you're a weekly podcast. Chris is here to talk
We all
about
have, like, jobs and lives. We can't be like Different Fight.
Yeah.
And sponsored by Bushiroad to do things.
Yeah. Although, before we begin, I just wanted to read this quote from Eric, LOL Chaos, Rice, whatever you know him by, because they revealed a new Amon card, which is all caps. How much did Bushi bribe Amon's artist this time just to give the okay for someone else to draw it?
Good fucking question.
I
Yeah.
don't know the fucking question.
But they did it. I guess I have to play Dark Irregulars in Vimium now.
So where do we want to start?
I don't know. Can we talk about Amon? Because I don't like the art.
Okay.
Oh,
you,
shit.
You don't like
I don't
the
like-
art? I love the art.
No. The art's lame because he's doing something.
Oh, you want him to just be like a
Amon
dead
was just
tree.
standing there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daddy,
Why
Yeah,
does he need to be doing something?
He has to, like, stand there with his arms, like, limping to his side.
Yeah, this one looks like he's coming at you. I think after Brufus, which was like their new Coke to Amon's Coke, where he's like shooting a laser out of his chest, they had to be like, well, we gotta make him do something. And, yeah. So, actual what?
Whack.
Whack indeed. So, why don't we start with, while I'm waiting for this goddamn page to load. Thank you, editing. He said as he kind of leaves in every error for the most part. Why don't we start with the fact that they are printing more reverse units?
Weird, right?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
The theme of the set.
Yeah. What is that, V-Clan Collection 3?
And 4.
Oh, 3 and 4. Where's the schedule? There it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
one of which is Lucier and Raging Form
Yep.
and Cecilia and some
Maelstrom
Genesis
Rever-
unit.
And Ezel and Chaos Breaker, looks like? Or is that Raging Form?
That's Raging Form.
Oh, neat.
And Oracle Queen of the End, Himiko Reverse.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. That's
That's
how...
the least interesting one, honestly.
Well, she's sticking her
Wow.
tongue out. That counts for something, or whatever.
Does it?
Yeah.
I don't know if it counts for anything. Yeah, so when we started this podcast, we were in the middle of G era, and that is long after the era of reverse units. So I just want to ask, what did you guys think of reverse units at the time?
I mean, I started the game with Vieira, so no comment.
So, back then, we were like, hey, these are pretty neat, but they're pretty bad into Chaos Breaker, which ended up not actually being the real problem,
Yeah.
because the real problem... So, back then, when the reverse units first came out, so like BT12, BT13, that era, right? And the 2 extra boosters that would break the metagame, the tournament format was teams, but it wasn't just teams. You had to have either all Link Joker or reverse decks, or you had to have all cards that contained no Link Joker and no reverse units. Yep. So the problem is like two of the most oppressive decks at the time were Novell and Blau, and Raging Form. So I guess 3, right?
Yeah.
All 3 of those decks are not reverse decks.
Because reverse, to people who have come later than the original era, are units that lock rear guards to do their still of choice. So the reason that you would use it to play against Link Joker, or just not worry about it.
Well, you just couldn't play it in tournaments because, like, why would you just not be playing the broken non-reverse decks?
Yeah. Like Novell, which could prevent healing on 6, or
Blau, which was bullshit, or
Raging Form, which was bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, even then, the next best decks after that were like Aqua Force, which was also not a reverse deck.
Drive.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, so at the time, like, a lot of them were seen as kind of whatever. Like, people played not Maelstrom, Lugia reverse, like, casually, but that deck wasn't very good. People played him on reverse, but that deck wasn't very good.
They played Leopold reverse. That was good, sort of.
Yeah, well, Leopold reverse was, like, pretty good for what it was, right? But not as good as, like, the broken decks otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of my problem. So I started playing in set 10 when Himiko actually first came out.
No wonder you're so excited.
Yeah, so Genesis was my first love, and kind of my problem with, like...
Natch.
Shut up. Wow.
Yeah.
So kind of my problem with reverse units was that they locked their own units, and like on paper for like the things that they did, it didn't seem that bad, but you get into the fact that those effects weren't really that good when you actually played the deck. Like Lugia reverse, it's really good in Vanguard 0, but it's no good in real life, right? And it's just one of those things where you just looked at it and you were just kind of underwhelmed by it. So I really hope V Series does something, different. Like, instead of making me -2 to my board, let me do something else that isn't just straight up locking my board down.
Yeah. I think the best reverse units were ones that involved either something you could spam so that you could get around Link Joker doing Link Joker things, or something that usually involved a restand. But like a good example is the Rebirth, the Dragonic Overlord, the Rebirth, where people would just run that against Link Joker, so you could be like, oh, I'm going to get a restand because you locked 2/3 of my board anyway, I'm just going to do the other 2 and make it happen. Compared to Lugia, which was like Counterblast 1, lock something, call something from Soul, give it 5k. During the main phase. Which, not very Pale Moon of you, thank you very much. That's like Soul Paladins at that point.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of excited for this. They said there's it's like what, three new cards and 4 reprints for each clan in those sets.
So
or did I
what
get that
they've
backwards?
been doing for all of the V sets.
Yeah. I'm wondering what the reprints are going to be, because like they've been pretty good so far.
Most likely like the original units, and then it looks like a lot of the new cards being added that we've seen so far are like archetype cards. So we have a new version of Ezel, we have Salome, which is a Jewel Knight. So I would imagine they would just be reprinting like Ezel and Jewel Knight cards.
Makes sense.
Yeah, like Maelstrom Reverse, so they're probably going to be reprinting one of the Maelstroms.
Yeah. Oh, hey, they have 2-sided gift markers in the box, like I was doing the whole time, and people called me crazy. You get a clear sleeve, put one on each side. Bam. Like, is that hard?
Yeah, that's actually fair, yeah. No,
Literally, people are going, what are you doing? I'm like, it saves space. They're like, but you're putting them in the same sleeve. I'm like, I know. That's on purpose. Jesus. People said I was nuts.
I mean, you're a little nuts, but it's okay.
Yeah, but the fun kind of nuts, like mixed nuts or trail mix.
You mean like these nuts?
Yes, like these nuts. Thank you.
Fucking dude.
Like Nicki Minaj's cousin's swollen nuts.
What?
You didn't see that news story?
No.
Okay, so apparently she tweeted out something where it was like her cousin took the COVID vaccine and then apparently got swollen testicles from it, which has literally never happened to anybody ever. And somebody replied to it like, I had scrambled eggs and then I got in a car accident, therefore scrambled eggs cause car accidents.
What the fuck?
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, think about that for a little bit. And then we also got some Overdress reveals.
They released the product schedule for upcoming things. So
Yes.
there's the new Dragon Empire TD, which we already kind of knew about.
Blaze Maidens, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. They've now upped it to 2 lyrical sets a year instead of just 1.
Hey, there you go, buddy. That's something. Huh?
Oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Yes, I think next lyrical set is coming up in what's it called? February. I'm not looking at the product schedule exactly at the moment. I think after this set should be like the TD, and then I think Shaman King, and then set 4.
Is Shaman King another, like,
It's a collab set, yes.
thank you.
So
Collab set.
absolutely nobody gives a fuck.
Awesome.
And then I think is
I do.
January like the second wave of Shaman King, because I know there is one.
What?
They didn't mention it in the stream.
Okay.
But they mentioned another wave of Monster Strike.
Oh mother. That's
Wait.
even worse.
Do we have to start taking it seriously now?
Not
Yeah,
until we get it in
not
America.
until we get in English. Yeah.
All right.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Let me see. There's a product schedule somewhere. There it is. Oh, January is the V collection, and then February. Okay, so the schedule coming up is going to be set 3, and then Start Deck, Shaman King, set 4, V collection, and then Lyrical.
Okay. I'm curious what that means for... Or wait, are they releasing simultaneously? Or...
Hmm?
With English and Japanese? I don't think so.
No, that's
Yeah.
just the Japanese schedule.
Okay, just making
'Cause-
sure.
I know for a fact that, like, we're not getting set the next... We're not even getting Lyrical until, like, October.
Yeah.
So, I think, like, December is going to be Start Deck for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're getting the Start Deck in December, just because it's kind of how it shakes out between the West and the East.
Also, like, delays to Lyrical kind of set everything else back.
Yeah, which I mean, honestly, I don't mind it being in December because it lets us kind of map out what this new set's gonna do here in the West. So we'll see if it's even worth buying the new Start Deck, because she's very interesting, right? But like at the same time, like depending on what she does, you know, if something like Gravidia just tells it no, you know, that's gonna affect sales obviously, and it's just like it's a good way.
Gravidia does though, right?
Well, yeah, we know what Gravidia does, but we don't know we don't know what the other card does, like what Bava Sagra does.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
Well, we do know that the new Virina is, like, kinda eh.
Kind of a bummer. It just gets 15k in a crit on attack and then loses being an Overdress.
I don't hate it though. Like,
I think it's better than Valiant. Just
oh,
because...
for sure.
At least that's
They're like-
guaranteed. Yeah.
See, that's the thing, is, like, in terms of potential damage, too, like, getting a crit means it basically does the same. And then...
Counterblast.
Yep, still costs a counterblast, which is big memes.
So, what's his name? Urger is still the best one,
Yeah,
aside from
'cause-
Arcs.
Yeah.
like, this one you can only overdress onto something that's already in overdress. which completely kills it.
Oh, that okay. So the translation I'm looking at is just makes it sound like it's you just overdress it like overdressing, like on Trickstar.
No,
Oh,
No, it overdresses on a unit that's in the overdress state.
gotcha.
So
Yep.
it'll have two
Yeah.
things, right?
yeah. But it also means that whatever you overdressed has to stay on the board, and like
Mm-hmm.
most of the lower tier decks are getting some form of retire. Like I think overdress is gonna drop in viability, like a lot.
Yeah, unless you just don't use this.
Yeah, but that's the thing is if you don't use this, the deck doesn't change.
Right, unless
I
there's
mean-
other stuff outside of it, like
There's like the grade 1 that searches out overdress units, which is decent, but
mhm,
other than that, I don't think the deck changes significantly.
yeah,
The thing about it is, I really think personally that the card itself really isn't that bad. I think people are shitting on it for like good reasons, but at the same time, I think it's a little bit of overshitting, right? Because I mean, they weren't just gonna let you keep 15k in a crit on
Yeah.
the board. Like, and I mean,
I think the bigger problem is it has to be put on an overdress unit.
yes, that is a much larger problem, especially when they don't have retire protection, they don't have like they don't have retire protection or anything like that. They can still be attacked, and you have to protect it until you get to that thing.
Yeah.
you can only
Like,
overdress once per turn, right?
No, you do.
No,
Okay,
You can
so
overdress as much, but that's like a huge minus at that point.
what you
Yeah,
would have to
it's
do
even
is
worth
go
it.
overdress Virina Arch draw 2, then do this. That like it's
That's
just
two-
not worth it.
That's also 2 counter blasts, 3 if you're using Nirvana.
Yeah,
very not worth it. Unless you're planning to finish them off in a turn, then sure, why not?
Like I think Expecta is only good against like Bruce and Bastion, where you can outspeed them because you can get this crit turn 3.
hmm
And I think against everything else, it's not great because like all of the decks that aren't Bruce and Bastion have like easier forms of removal. So Prison, obviously,
hmm
Gravidia has it. What's its face? Orphist has it, and Orphist just got a way to make a 4th attack. It's not a great 4th attack, but you have one.
Yeah, which we will get to shortly once we're done talking about this.
Yeah.
But
Flagberg has Retire built into his playstyle.
mhm.
I think Greedon doesn't have any Retire, I don't think, but
the meteors are the retire.
I think
No.
Greedon.
Oh, Greedon, sorry.
So Greedon, the thing about Greedon is that he has access to retire from I think Barrow Magnus.
I
Yeah,
don't remember.
there is some card that retires, but the thing
Yeah.
about it is it doesn't matter because you won't run it in Greedon because you have the better cards that gives Greedon better power.
But yeah, but I think like Brandgate getting pretty strong in this set is pretty bad for Urger, and like I don't know what Flagberg's gonna end up doing to the meta, but the fact that it can just counter the playstyle by existing is pretty bad.
hmm
Yeah, I think Expecta has too many checks right now.
Well, if you have that thing that lets you search it, maybe you just run it at 1 for the Bastion and Bruce are the still like big dogs. So you're like, okay, I'm going against this in the tournament, I'll use it, and then if not, just discard it for Rideline or
I mean,
something.
I think you would just replace the 2 copies of Valiant with Expecta because Expecta is still bigger at base.
hmm At least it
And
gets to
that-
keep the base power, so you can't be like bullied. But
Yeah. Being a permanent, like, what is it, 40k? No, it's plus 15, so it's 28k base.
yeah, it makes that awkward to fuck with.
Mhm.
Like taking the over trigger
Yeah.
on damage, they'll be like, "I'll just add your rear guards then. Good luck."
Yeah, so I think, like, I think Nirvana already plays well into Bruce and Bastion. It's just.
Oh.
And honestly, I feel like we haven't seen a whole lot for Bastion this set, and I feel like with Prison actually getting more aggressive, like Orphis getting more aggression, that Bastion might finally go down next set. We'll see.
I was listening to this podcast called 30-20-10, which is like that week 30-20-10 years ago in music and all that. And Bryan Adams' Everything I Do It For You stayed at number 1 on the charts for like 2 months. Bastion is Everything I Do It For You. The deck.
What the fuck?
Damn.
Take
It's
me
not
as I
wrong.
am. Yeah. I'm a terrible singer. So
As am I.
yeah, let's go do karaoke together. That'll be fun.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Bet.
We can. We live in the same city.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys actually live near each other. You can actually do that.
Yeah.
Again.
Well, Root Beer, so my Reddit account got suspended, and I don't know why, and they won't give me a good reason why. So I'm half tempted to do the dumbest odyssey ever and go to San Francisco to, like, their offices and be like, what the hell? So let me crash at your place.
Being a Redditor is a very good reason to get banned.
Yeah.
Sure, if you just want to like sleep in the crappy folding bed that I have in the first floor of my house.
Awesome. So
That
this
has no pillows or blankets.
I'll bring pillows and blankets. We'll make it work. Anyway, so this Orphis thing. Ever since Orphis came out, all the Orphis players were like, "Why can't we multi-attack?" Well, your prayers have been answered because aside from the generic boost that it gets, where it's like Dark Knight 2K, Missile Dark Knight 5K, end of the battle that attacked, you kill 3 Shadow Army tokens and stand this motherfucker.
Easy.
This is happening.
So, how do I word this? I don't hate it. I don't hate it because it gives me a 4th attack, but I really, really hate it because it makes me not able to use my other cards.
Yeah, that is the big problem I'm seeing right now. Is that like retiring 3 makes it run kind of counter to your other cards.
So,
Yeah.
I was talking about this with a friend of mine today, and he's like, I think with the advent of this thing, you now have 2 variants of Orphist. You have the control variant and the, like, aggressive restanding variant now. Because your goal now is to, like, fuel this thing. So you go Counterblast 2, get your 3 tokens in, like, an L shape. Put Bulbul Mine behind this thing. Attack for, 10 or 15, attack with your Shadow Army column, attack with Orphist, and then, end of battle that attacked. Shadow Army first, then Orphist, then that thing. Kill off your tokens, restand him, and then attack with the Bulbul Mine boost, and then put it back in and countercharge. So, it's only 1 counterblast that time? I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like it does kind of suck that you have to like invalidate all of the set 2 support for that.
Yeah, a good chunk of it, for sure. I think it's going to take some experimentation into that. I leave it to you, Chris, and every other fucking Orphis player out there who's like, Orphis best deck because it looks like Chaos Breaker.
Yeah, I wish they had added on.
People are
Like,
very annoying.
I wish that it was just like retire 2 Shadow Army and then tack on like a Counter Blast or a Soul Blast cost.
Yeah, Soul Blast cost would have been fine, I think. I also wish that they would decide to do something with Abyssal Dark Knight and Dark Knight aside from just, it's 2K and it's 5K.
Yeah, that would
That's
be
it.
nice. Seems like so far Abyssal Dark Knight is just like get Shadow Army tokens and then I guess you can have some power too.
Yeah, like, it's
You've
not
been
very
a good
much.
boy this year. Santa gives you 5k power.
Like, see, I don't even have a problem with like the power, right? Because like it makes columns. But the other, like, the problem really is that like I want to keep a board. Let me keep my board.
Honestly, like with Prison getting like more aggression, I feel like just being able to get rid of the board is fine. Like Leonard is also still a thing, and it's probably not changing because Leonard is Leonard.
Yeah.
In Japan, regardless, will still not play it because they're weird. I think D series is like a ploy by Bushiroad to see how good they can make a Spike Brothers themed clan without while Japan refuses to play it. Yeah, I think it's like an experiment.
This is my favorite conspiracy theory I've ever seen from you. I want this to be a thing. Like it's just
Yeah.
the
Oh,
one
this is
guy.
not mine.
Oh, where'd you
Yeah.
get it from?
It was like a collective theory
Oh.
Mm.
from
Like,
secret places.
Like, what is Japan playing right now? Are they on Overdress still?
Oh, who knows? They're probably playing a bunch of Bastion.
So far as
I
I
mean-
can tell from Dexander's thing, it's Lyrical Monasteria. That's what
The
everyone's
problem
after.
is like, I don't know. I feel like there's like too many like small tournaments being added.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like a 5-person locals doesn't really say anything, right?
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Loro is very good, but like Clarissa is definitely not
That good.
good, right? It's just like people are playing it for questionable reasons.
I've definitely
So-
heard like people around the Kenoda Park locals that I've been going to near my girlfriend's place have been. Everyone's talking about Clarissa. They're like, it's brawlers. It's gonna be awesome. I'm like, it's not. It's probably not gonna do as much as you think.
Not right now,
Definitely
anyway.
not.
I
Not
mean,
right
you
now.
just play Loro,
Yeah.
which
I
is
think
like
that.
insane.
Yeah. Like, I think that deck is the way to go at the moment.
I think Clarissa is like fine. I don't know. I just think that like I think another good example is like on this thing, right? Like PBD is 2% and it's for some reason, right?
Yeah.
But like that what everyone knows that deck is garbage.
Yeah.
Like, possibly worse than Eugene.
Yeah. It's definitely worse than Magnolia.
Oh, for sure. But not worse than Eugene. Eugene bad.
Eugene is like extra bad. But like it's just like, well, so it's it's like and it has more play rate than Orphis too, right? But no one's like Orphis is also better than PBD. And I don't think Orphis is very good either. So you're in this position where it's just like people are just playing shit because there's too many like small tournaments, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you start adding like 5 person tournaments or 8-person tournaments or whatever, you get kind of weird decks, quote topping end quote. If that makes sense. But I don't know.
No, that's a good observation, I think. I don't know. I like the idea that they're like branching out on Orphist like playstyle and doing different things with the shadow tokens, and I hope that continues. But yeah, I guess we'll have to see if this actually is worth its salt.
Yeah.
I've been doing a little bit of testing with Orphis stuff so far. There's not very many opportunities for that grade 3 restandard to mean a whole lot.
You mean the grade 2?
Was it a grade 2?
It's
It's
a
a
grade
grade
2.
It's a grade 2 with 10k. Yeah.
Oh, the grade 2 that restands?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Well, there's not a whole lot of opportunities for it to be worth something, just because like you have a bunch of other grade 2s that help Orpheus's inherent problems a lot better, like finding worlds. I mean, granted, I'm not running the snake, but some people run the snake, and it helps some people. Apparently, I don't know, but in my build right now, let me see. I think I have. Let me see. Let me pull this deck out real quick. I think I have something along the lines of like the restander at 2 or 3, something like that. I don't really run into it very often, and when I do, I don't have enough resources to actually use it.
I've not seen anyone talk about Orphist in like a billion years. It's been like weeks since I've seen people mention Orphist.
Maybe it's just because of our group chat.
No, like even at Proof Court,
Oh.
Yeah, no.
like people just don't talk about Orphist. They only talk about Prison.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I think Prison is just the better deck at the moment.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, no. It just does so much. It is the better control deck out of
Yeah.
even all 3 of them. Because Gravidia, even though it retires, at the same time, it's like,
You have to put so many orders in your deck.
yeah, you have so much to lose doing that, where all you have to do is throw one order into prison
That you search out immediately, turn 1, so that you can't damage check it.
Well, you play the other order too, right? Or they're not playing that anymore?
Which one?
The jail from hand order?
Yeah, you still play that, but that's like 5 orders in your deck compared to like 8.
Yeah,
but,
I'm not even sure if everyone's playing like max of those.
You're not.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I play 3. Most other people I've talked to play 3.
Oh yeah, it's 3.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people play 3.
Mm-hmm.
Some people
Alvin.
play that Blitz one, but
Nah.
Yeah. What are you saying, Chris?
What kind of maniac is only running 8 meteorites? What?
True. I think you'd probably run at least 10, but that's like...
11 safe.
I would probably run like 10 because I want to have rear guards in my deck.
You should just play 30.
blow stuff up. That's it.
Do not
play all 16 copies of the meteor.
I run like in the Magnolia build with Rancor Chain. I run 8, and that's usually good enough to open. But you also have to hard mull for them, so I'm not sure if that translates for meteors. But
not really. You have to have at least, I think it's 1 in your hand initially, or maybe even 2.
Yeah, 2 you want to run more than.
Because honestly speaking, like you don't even touch the meteors until like grade 3 anyway.
Yeah.
Like you will draw into them eventually because they're basically like 30% of your deck. It doesn't matter.
And there's already enough ways to search them out that I'm pretty sure as long as you have like 1 in your opening hand, I think you can guarantee that you make plays.
Yeah, exactly. So again, it hardly matters like how many you draw into per se.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean at least how many you start off with. But if you want to feel safe, you get 2.
Yeah. I guess it could be worse. You could be Zorga. Like
No,
Zorga is just
We know
going
Zorga.
down.
Zorga has only lost stock every time I've seen it.
Yeah, like honestly, like with some of the stuff Eugene is starting to get with set 3, Zorga might replace it as like actually the worst deck.
R.I.P.
I mean, you could just play Magnolia, which is weird to say, but alright.
Just play Magnolia. Hell, you could even just play like
Flagbird,
Flagbird. Honestly, even for all of the problems it has with being, first wave of Aqua Force support, like it's probably still got more potential than Zorga.
Mm-hmm.
Wild.
Like, congratulations, you have a way to search orders after you've already milled them.
Yep.
And you probably have to play that card, to be honest, because it's still the only way you get orders in your hand.
I will say though that I think Gravidia has probably one of the best Persona Ride bonuses of all time. Where you basically just Persona Ride and then draw 2 cards.
3 cards
Yeah.
because of Persona Ride.
Oh,
3
you're
cards.
right. You're right. I could just
Damn.
draw cards from writing, and then I set up 2 more retires. Beautiful.
The cost of being a cringe 3 attack deck.
At least Gravidia gets a crit.
Yeah.
You know
It's PGable, but whatever.
It's kind of ironic because one of the, the thing with the rising stock / art, might become the best deck soon, is a cringe 3 attack deck.
What do you mean?
It's a prison.
No, I don't know if it stocks rising, but it's certainly better than Orphist.
I think it is. I think the crit on the grade 3 matters a lot.
It does. It's pressure, and on top of that, the crit matters. But I think what else matters besides that is the fact that you're making your opponent commit resources post your turn.
Yeah, and also just being able to casually imprison 3, even with the high cost, hard punishes aggression.
Yeah, you it goes from trying to kind of stall them out and make them waste resources till they die. You now have this like pressure thing that Root Beer said hard punishes aggression, and it means that the other resources in your deck now go to fueling this thing. Like Bobble Mine is now a necessity, I think.
I think it was a necessity before.
In what deck?
In Prison? No.
And no, Bubble Mine is just constant 4x, honestly.
Now it is in Prison, but
I think it was cringe to not do it before, but whatever.
Was working out fine for me. So.
Yeah.
I got
weird, huh?
I got my 4 of though, so I got it. It's in my
Also,
deck cards.
Hexor becoming a
Becoming
a
silly
real
and
deck.
got rewarded. Hence, I'm right.
Yeah.
Alice.
Hex and Eugene are now becoming things. What is happening?
Yeah,
I don't know
no.
if Eugene is becoming things, but it certainly exists. I think people underestimate the amount of help Eugene needs.
Yeah, and what I'm gonna say is that this set is a start. It is a start. It's not bringing Eugene to the level of playable, but
everything else is also getting better, so you're like just constantly behind.
I will say that it is still quite behind, but it is a lot less behind than it was before.
Well,
Because getting a hand is important. I think that's probably the biggest thing for Eugene right now. The fact that it can draw. That is so important.
And now they need like rear guards that actually do stuff. Like I found myself using that. Like the Dino guy is like the best thing you have right now. Just like
Trash.
yeah, I think it would be cool if there was something that was like at the end of the battle, the Vanguard attacked or something. If you retired something this turn, Counterblast, Soul Blast, call this from hand, and then you get a fourth attack out of that or something. I don't know. I think that would be cool. Or
I was actually. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, or just have something that slaps a crit on itself. It's good.
I will say that Eugene having access to the Blaze Maidens and Monks is probably like one thing that's helping it a little bit, because you get a fourth attack.
That's right.
I think even a fifth. But I don't remember how you do that though. But you do get a fifth.
What?
Domary gives you a fourth attack by calling a grade 0. And then there's something that... Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's only 4, because the thing I was thinking about only gives the grade 0 rear guard +5.
Domary also only works if you have Nirvana as your Vanguard.
Yeah. So
Shit.
no, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. I was like, am I high? What does he say? Yeah.
I was wondering that too, because I'm like, I swear all of the Blaze Maidens just all specify Overdress or Nirvana.
No, not all of them. Not all of them. Domary, I think, is the only one that specifies Nirvana or Overdress.
I think you're. Let me just parse quickly here.
All right.
Let's see.
Let me go turn on my light real quick.
This is a PR, so it doesn't count.
1 second.
When your rear guard is put, if it has the overdress ability, well, that locks it. When this is discarded from your hand during your turn, if your Vanguard is Nirvana, nope.
Huh?
When this is put on rear guard circle, you make CB1. Look at top 7, choose a card with the overdress ability. Nope. So all of them either state Nirvana or like card with overdress or something stupid. See, I'm not seeing one that like can do anything about it, unfortunately.
Tanya. Blaze Maiden Tanya.
Read me the effect.
When this unit is placed on rear guard circle, counterblast 1, choose a grade 0 from your drop and call it to rear guard. And then when it attacks Soul Blast 1, choose one of your grade 0 units and it gets power plus 5,000 until end of turn.
So it doesn't get an extra attack, it just calls
No, that's why I said the thing I was thinking of only gives power.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, yeah, a little unfortunate, TBH. A little sad, ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
No, I was doing a cheatsy doodle, if you will.
I see.
Oh, we haven't heard that in a long time. That's
I was just confused. I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So I thought I'd pry a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Like it's like the 14 attack Pale Moon all over again.
That is a deep part of our lore. That's
Yeah.
man, the
I'll
Nexus
never
at Night
forget that.
Hall
That
of
was
Fame.
so funny.
Mm-hmm.
When pressured, I can't tell you because it's competitive, and I don't think Pale Moon was good at the time. That's
It
the
was
worst
not.
part.
It was totally not. I was
It
playing
was like actively bad.
Yes.
I think they were defending like Gun Salute Dragon or something
Yeah,
like that.
No. They claimed it had to do with a bunch of old cards, but like
Mm-hmm.
it was not. I don't think Gunslu was even out yet.
No, the old Gun
not the
Salute.
not the V series one, the original one.
Oh,
yeah.
the old one.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I
No,
don't know.
mate.
This lore.
Shit's not
It was-
happening for
it
sure.
was so long ago, but it was just so funny.
Yeah.
I can't tell you because it's my competitive deck.
Jesus
like, big
Christ.
game.
It's like the Vanguard version of my dad works for Nintendo.
Vanguard players are so weird.
Y'all wrong as hell. For this.
Honestly, I think that this is kind of an unrelated topic, but one that I think just want to kind of say my thoughts on really quickly is I think archetypes are just kind of a bad thing for card games. People get way too attached to archetypes.
It rots your brain.
It's like brain rot. Right? It's like Marvel movies or something. Like
Beat me to it.
people just get like actively so attached to like I don't know freaking Gravekeepers or something, and they just refuse to think about anything else. It's like just fucking chill. It's a like what? Like and then they get mad whenever their dumbass archetype isn't supported for an eternity. Like like we're about to watch Eradicators get wrecked for the 4th time in a row. Like and I'm just not even ready for the fallout.
Honestly, first of all, Matt, hop off of Marvel's nuts, please. Thanks.
No, Marvel movies have rotted people's brains. They can no longer like think about the movies they watch anymore.
I'm on Matt's side on that. That's
I mean, that's fair, but I'm also a huge Marvel fan, but I still
I
think
do not
about the
care.
movies. Okay,
I
look.
do not care.
Yeah,
Look,
Matt
there's nothing
doesn't
to think
care.
about in a Marvel movie. Don't even lie.
yeah, but also if you want to hear more stuff like this that's completely off topic, patreon.com/Nexus at Night.
Anywho,
Okay, but jokes aside though, I think personally that like it's okay that people want Eradicator to support it, but I wish that they would like open their eyes and realize that for some odd reason, what's his name? What was his name that was fucking what's the G boss for Narukami? Yeah, Vanquisher. Vanquisher is obviously the better one right now. Like,
well, I mean, okay, so I just would not play Narukami right now. That's the real answer.
Yeah.
Because like we saw Vowing Sword, we all saw Vowing Sword, right?
Yeah, that was something, not a good something, but a something.
What a
Is this more Eugene support? Did we just speak up Eugene support?
Wait, did they
I mean,
just
like-
reveal more stuff at
Yeah.
the time we're doing this? Hang
Yeah,
on.
those look like Desert Gunners. Proof Force hasn't put up translations yet.
Okay, well,
Let me see
I
if
want
I
to
can
read these
fake
live.
it
I
here.
am down to wait for this. Keep vamping until the translation pops up.
This is a triple. Let's see. I'm seeing like Soul Blast 1 that gets power plus 2,000 and a whole bunch of other text.
Something that gets shield and
It's-
order.
Wait, hold on. When this unit attacks, skill Soul Blast 1, choose one of your opponent's rear guards or a unit on your opponent's rear guard circle.
for each of your opponent's empty rearguard circle.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it gets power plus 2,000.
And
Okay,
then
so wait.
That is
on
so
place,
shit.
if Vanguard's Eugene, put one card behind from Soul, draw one. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's solid.
Okay,
The
what-
second skill is
If your
whatever.
opponent's attack unit is not boosted, this unit gets shield plus 10,000. That's actually pretty neat.
That's not
That's actually a really needed card. That card might be good in lots of things.
yeah. Wait, so that first one, also, when you put the card in the hand to soul, you draw and kill something. Retire an opponent's
Yeah.
grade 2 or
Yeah.
greater.
And
It has to be grade 2 plus.
grade 2
though.
or greater. but
Yeah, so
whatever.
kill something in the front row, whatever. You don't give a shit.
Yeah. And then
Sorry,
there's an
Fasano.
order.
And then
uh,
some order. We'll find out in a second.
Yeah.
Actual Eugene support somehow
Actually-
willed into existence.
Yeah, so that second one where if it's like not boosted, a lot of decks don't run boosters. Okay, so Bastion will often leave its front row full unless they're like, oh, Dart Strain.
I'm just gonna throw out that basically every unit that gets like a fuck ton of extra shield for no reason
Yeah.
has been pretty good.
Yeah.
So if your Vanguard's Eugene, choose Vanguard, gets plus 10k at end of the battle, retire the rear guard that boost. Oh, it's a blitz order.
Oh, that's kind of neat. Ironically, bringing up Bastion as an example here.
Oh,
You can kill
shit.
You can kill their dude in the back that
unfortunately-
restands.
I mean, Eugene doesn't necessarily use a lot of counterblast, but I wonder if this is going to be something you care about since you can't really call it all. I mean,
You
I
can't.
don't know.
You
We'll
don't.
see.
You don't really care. Like it's dumb. I think maybe
I
like
don't
a
know.
one of or
Doesn't matter.
something. Or
It'd be
if
pretty funny as a one of.
yeah,
Yeah.
or if stuff gets like impactful boosters. That's
But what's going to happen is you're going to put it into Soul by Eugene's own effect every time.
you got it.
Actually, I will say this. With the new order that came out for Brantgate, the one that gives you grade 2 boosters, and then also like some of the new stuff that's coming out for Bastion, not necessarily saying that this stuff is good, but I'm saying that a lot of people are going to be tempted to play it initially. And I think this card right here is probably going to be one of the more important cards to influence their decision to stop playing a bad card.
Yeah.
I'm against Bastion because like you still have to like probably drop another card to guard anyway.
Yeah.
I'm really happy about this grade 2 though. So
Grade
what?
Grade 2's neat.
Yeah. Well, there's that, and then so there's this promo that I've been running as a 2 of where it's on play. If nothing's in the same column as it, Counterblast, it gets 10k. So this just replaces that outright because now you can become, plus 10k on turn 2, which is usually when you want to do that for aggression's sake.
Right.
So real smart design on this. Also, that godforsaken 15k attacker. That's like if they have 2 or less rear guards plus 5k, fuck you. That's gone. This thing. Yeah. So good stuff, Eugene. You're coming along nicely. Whether that does enough remains to be seen, though.
No.
Okay.
But at least it's getting relevant support, unlike Zorga.
Yeah. God. Like, I was so excited for that shark originally, and then I was like, wow, this kind of sucks with how Zorga works.
Who's Orga?
I don't know. Some zombie thing? I don't know.
Back.
Yep.
Kind of a zombie ocean man.
The fuck's is Zorga, and why do I not have Night Rose?
Man.
Yeah. All right.
I want Night Rose.
Chris,
Night Rose is good.
I have the deck.
Huh?
I have the deck in premium.
Oh, I mean, I'm not buying that. That's really expensive.
Worth a shot. Okay. Thanks for coming on the show on Nexus at Night.
Of course.
Where can people find you?
People can find me at my complicated username on Twitter, SLVR_chariot, Roman numeral 7.
There's a link in the show notes, don't worry. You can find the show at Nexus at Night on Twitter and Instagram. We rarely post on the Instagram. Or you can support us, patreon.com/Nexus at Night. $5 a month, it's a cup of coffee. 1 cup of coffee a month, you get a whole ass bonus show every week with the 3 of us and sometimes
Wow.
a guest. Yeah. Plus other stuff.
Wow.
Yep. And how about the rest of y'all?
You can find me on Twitter at Wiggums, 2Gs, 2Zs.
You can find me at Plasma Eclipse.
You can find me at Atlas Novak, Twitter, Instagram, or my other podcast, Generation Dan, at Generation Dan on Twitter. R.I.P. Norm MacDonald. That really fucked me up today. Thanks to our...
That was rough.
Yeah, that was rough. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Turd Ferguson. And then thanks to our $10 patrons, Darren, Cole, and Josh. We will see you all next week. I was Atlas.
I'm still Matt.
I'm Root Beer.
And I'm Chris.
And have a good night, everybody.